Common Sense Crypto back with a Taco Tuesday edition of the Common Sense Crypto Show. We rolled into this morning. In my mind, I thought maybe we'd get some confirmation that this thing was going on. What we got was all the way up to $4 on Moneygram shares right after opening, or right before opening. That didn't last long. We got all the way back down into the 320s, somewhere around there. Looks like today's low was 313, which is still way up for us. One thing I want to highlight about today, even though I thought this thing would probably be the $5 or $6 range just on that rumor, we had someone come out. I don't know who this person is. Peter Heckman maintained a buy rating on rival Euronet Worldwide Incorporated. So apparently this guy must own a lot of shares of this company or something, and he has a name. And he came out saying how hard it was going to be for MoneyGram and Western Union to merge. He tried to use the Chinese company that tried to merge with MoneyGram as the excuse. That was a national security thing, though. That wasn't. This is two American companies trying to compete with the world. I don't think Western Union and MoneyGram would have any issue at all merging, especially with MoneyGram being on the ropes. MoneyGram has a lot of debt piled up. They have a $50 million payment due in November, I believe, if I remember correctly. I don't think they've restructured it yet. There's been no news about it. So they have to make that payment. So this buyout right now makes a lot of sense because Western Union can get in there and take a lot of pressure off of MoneyGram by acquiring it. So we did good today, even though we didn't do as good as I hoped we would do. I was hoping we did get up to the $4 range. I was hoping we got up at least in the 5 something range. And we would have had these people not came out with these stories today trying to, I'm assuming, they're trying to pump up the competitors and trying to make it out that this MoneyGram Western Union thing is not going to happen because of regulators and all that. I think I've seen somewhere where someone tried to compare the T-Mobile Sprint merger. That's another whole nother thing. That's not like what these two companies do. T-Mobile is another company that's not American owned. We're talking about two American owned companies that are going to go through a regulation no problem if they want to merge. This is going to be not an issue at all for two American companies. This isn't even considered, this wouldn't even be considered to be a monopoly. This wouldn't be like a AT&T Time Warner thing where they were threatening a monopoly. To go use AT&T as another example, this wouldn't even be the AT&T Southwestern Bell, all the bells that AT&T acquired and became a monopoly and then had to sell portions of it. This wouldn't even be on that level at all. All American companies, all American utility companies that directly affect people all day, every day. This would go through easily, in my opinion. But before I get off track, so there was a story today. Who was this? Barron's. I wanted to touch on this and let's see. Oh, they done put some advertisements up here or something. Alright. Hold on, I gotta get me some Bang drink. I've been making fun of the Bang dude on my videos, but I've been drinking the stuff like one a day. Those of you that know I was trying to lose some weight, still am. I've been drinking one of these a day and I've been losing weight. So it's kind of become a superstition now. So maybe I'll keep on doing it if I keep losing weight. I don't know. Alright. Back to this story. Somebody came out and said Western Union responded to this, and I didn't even see a real story on this. But Barron's was reporting something on here. Goldman declined to comment. Ripple didn't immediately respond to a request for comment. Somewhere in here I saw that Western Union declined to comment. Said they do not comment on rumors of mergers and things like that. They did not deny it, and they did not comment on it. If this was all BS, they would have said there is no merger happening. This is complete BS. What this article is talking about is all these shares that these institutions hold of Moneygram, including Ripple. Ripple paid $4 a share for their Moneygram stock, and they had a chance today, and maybe they did. They had a chance today to sell it. I want you to look at this. 33,469 shares of Moneygram changed hands today. That is considered a heavy day. And this is the max. There is nothing above this rating on this particular exchange here. Now what I want you to understand is that this is a lot of shares that have traded today in one day. One day. I think a normal heavy day for Moneygram is usually 5 million shares. If I've been paying attention correctly to it, I think 5 million shares is a heavy day. We did 33 million shares today. Today's high started out at 384. The low was at 313. We ended at 336. So we ended up right back where we were last night when the news broke. Somewhere around 340. The after hours was 344, in that range. Whenever 33 million shares change hands and you end up even from the day before, someone cashed out. Someone big cashed out. Now, we probably won't know for another month who cashed out. Somebody sold, some institution sold a lot of shares. Oh man, the bang's coming back up on me. I'm about to be banging. Somebody sold a whole bunch of shares of Moneygram today. Maybe they had gone above what they needed to make a profit, decided to get out. Maybe they thought that this was nothing but a rumor, and maybe they got scared off by this guy, whoever this guy is, that was putting stories out there that they got no chance of merging, which I believe is complete BS. And this guy probably owns a bunch of shares of this Euronet thing, whatever it is, and whatever he does. I don't have access to international markets, so I don't know if this is a company, if this is a group. I don't know what that is. All I know is that Moneygram shares are really cheap, and there's a lot going on with it. And we're sitting right here on the fence, it's just like a lot of people are. If 33 million shares sold, changed hands today, that means, and you broke even, that means probably 16, 17 million shares were sold and 17 million shares were bought. So this thing is like kindling. It's sitting there with little charcoals and little just waiting for somebody to blow some oxygen in there. And the second anybody confirms that Western Union is actually going to make a bid on Moneygram, they're going to stoke the fire, and this thing's going to take off. And you won't have anybody selling 16 million shares to wipe out the gains from people buying 16 million shares. And you won't be breaking even on the day after that. And you won't be able, guys, people like this that write these stories that say they don't think the merger can happen, they won't be able to control the share price. And it's going to go. Even if this deal doesn't happen, I really don't think Moneygram pulls back much, because somebody's going to invest capital in it. Western Union doesn't just go try to acquire a company. You know, that's an old company. That they don't have to do that. Moneygram has something they want. We might not even know what it is. It may be that they want to partner up with Ripple. There could be all sorts of things going on, and we just don't know yet. But if this all turns out to be true, the thing's gonna skyrocket. And you can see that the speculators are sitting on the sideline right now, because 16 million went out, 16 million came right back in. You broke even on the day. It's just waiting to go. Let's see if we can figure this story out here. Western Union has made a takeover offer for MoneyGram. Bloomberg said late Monday. A purchase price was not disclosed. MoneyGram had a $176.5 million market capitalization before the offer was reported, triggering a surge in the Dallas company stock price. Shares closed up nearly 28% at $336 on Tuesday afternoon, off their intraday high of $384, while Western Union rose 11.5% to $23.10. See, something else you got to look at here. Western Union also went up on this news. If anybody thought that this was a bad acquisition, you would have seen Western Union shares go down, and you would have seen MoneyGram go up obviously a lot, because it would have been all pro MoneyGram at that point. But it looks like Western Union's investors want this merger. Otherwise, their share price would not have gone up. Western Union's been around since before your great-grandparents were born. It doesn't go up 11.5% at this point unless the investors are excited about this MoneyGram merger. And it makes sense, because you could take over your competitor, one of your competitors, and you could just run roughshod over the remittance industry. Here's what I was talking about. Western Union does not comment on market rumors regarding mergers and acquisitions, the company said in a statement. So apparently there was a statement today. I didn't see it. As far as I know, I've only seen it on this article from Barron's. So apparently there was a statement from Western Union. And MoneyGram didn't immediately respond to a request for comment. MoneyGram is a money transfer company. Yeah, well, you know all that. No reason to read that. Digital services gained 58% in May. Western Union is also in the money transfer business, but is much larger, with a market cap of $9.45 billion. They could easily acquire MoneyGram, easily, and just put it on the debt sheet, like the CEO needed a new beach house or something. Would be the equivalent of picking up MoneyGram with a company as big as Western Union. No problem for Western Union to acquire MoneyGram, and it makes sense why they did it. It makes sense now why they would. It would have made more sense in my mind if they would have picked it up a month ago. They could have got it for. They could have picked up some cans off the side of the street and recycled them and bought MoneyGram for $1 a share. But who knows? MoneyGram has tried to find a buyer previously, and Financial Group and Alibaba Group Holding affiliate in 2017 was slated to buy Moneygram for $1.2 billion. The deal was scuttled after the Committee on Foreign Investment in the U.S. failed to approve the transaction. This is where I disagree with this dude that wrote that article earlier. Foreign investment in the U.S. This is why it did not go through. You can't have foreigners buying up all of your names in your country. Otherwise, you're just running a shell of a country that you don't own any of it. You don't own your own country at some point because it's all been bought up, and you're like a renter in your own country at some point if you let foreigners buy up all your assets. Moneygram, which was looking to restructure its $900 million debt load, explored strategic alternatives in 2019, including a sale, bankers said at the time. The company succeeded in refinancing its debt in June last year, while also securing a $50 million investment from Ripple. Alright, here's what's interesting about this, because the $900 million debt load, there's $50 million of this due in November to the government. Now, if the government's going to bail out all these companies right now, I think they're going to have to write off the Moneygram payment in November. They've already bailed out every other company. Why not write off Moneygram's $50 million? They're just throwing money out to companies right now, and these people are buying luxury items and not even employing people. They're just using the money to party on right now. I'm not saying every company is, but some of the companies sent the money back. They did the right thing. But a lot of these, man, I don't want there you go, Texas Heat. These companies that went out and bought Bentleys instead of employing people that needed jobs with their stimulus money. There's your Texas Heat for today. Well, I'm starting to ramble on. It's been like 17, 18 minutes. I think the news today, I know I said yesterday that it would moon today, and I think it did pretty good. $4 a share when you could have bought it for $1.18 a share a month ago. There's no other stock. I don't think there's another stock where you would have made 300% almost in a month. If you buy at $1.18, whatever you bought at $1.18 at its lowest, at the coronavirus, you made almost 300%. I don't know how to work the chart on here to show that, but let's see here. 1 month. Here we go, all the way down. Let's go with the 3 month. 3 month, we were way down below $1.50. It was at $1.18. Let's see how long I can make this video by playing with this thing here. Playing with the computer thing. It won't let me do what I want to do. I'll have to practice on that. Low indicators. Yeah, I'll get into all that later. But as you can see, I mean, it was way down. Way down. Oh, yeah. You can see down here in April, I believe we were all the way down to $1.18 at a couple of points here. You could have bought at $1.18 and been all the way back up to $3.50. That's what's crazy. That's what I was preaching. It's what we're living right now, and I think we should just hold and see how this plays out. All right, I'm gonna stop rambling on that. Like and subscribe, ring the bell. Common Sense Crypto out.